All right, here's my trade around 10 a.m. on AMC. I had already traded it in the morning, but I was out of it and I got back in it later here. Obviously, AMC ended up going all the way up to 60 bucks. So pretty much if you got in on the long end on AMC, you were probably going to make some money. But I did see some good stuff on the tape here, and I felt like some of these things have some back testable, conviction and stuff. So AMC pulled back here. These two orange lines were a range that I had in the pre-market. The top of it was $39.50. Price pulled all the way back down to it, and I got long for the bounce for that to hold. I really was just risking, like 5 to 8 cents I would have gotten out. But I wanted to show here that how on the tape it consolidates for a few minutes, and I'm able to get in with limit orders at the bottom of the consolidation and partial sum at the top while waiting for it to break out. So I'm going to fast forward here. 39.50 does hold this whole time, and it pretty much stays in between $39.50 and $40 and like 20 cents here. So let me fast forward here. So right here, price, we have a couple minutes here where price is holding $39.50. We have a big order that came in at $40.10, which I guess more like $40.20 is the top of this consolidation. But when you have a big order at $40.10, I'm assuming that this $40.10 area is the top, and that big order is sort of holding for right now. So I got all the way out here apparently. So I'm going to put in another limit order at $39.50. And if you see on the level 2 here, as $39.50 gets closer, you're going to see the big highlighted orders at $39.50. Let me fast forward here. Oh yeah, there we go. So right here, okay, so we're getting closer to, so it's right at 39.61, but we're getting really close to 39.50. You can see this big highlighted order, and these get even bigger and more populated as it gets really close here. You can see it hits it a bit, and then it bounces up like 25 cents. So you can see this highlighted order is still there, and this gets bigger again, like I said, once it gets closer to the price. So I put in a limit order for $39.51, and that's for it to buy 10 shares right at 39.51 if the bid hits that. And it does, it fills, and you can see all those big orders, and they're still there. And so basically 39.50 is holding. It's not filling all these orders. And so basically, I guess you could say the bids are refreshing, or there's just like some short-term support there. So I put in that limit order there. I'm going to sell up at the top of this little consolidation at 40.10, I believe, or I guess 40.04. So, but yeah, that's like a good, 50 cents that you could make while the bigger idea is once this consolidation is done, it's going to break out above 40.10-ish, and you're going to see some volume, right? So here's where there's like a little bit of a baby compression. Like we always like those little, like Lou and I like those bigger candle compressions that you can see on the chart. Well, if you really zoom in and kind of visualize this little consolidation, if you think 40.50 is really going to hold and this thing's going to make a new high and keep going, then you can actually see that price is compressing up. It is making a wedge compression up against 40.10. because these wicks stop going down so far. So essentially this consolidation is a very small compression that's about to bust out of this 40.10, 40.20 area. And you can see there's a big highlighted order at 40.10, which is helping the compression, right? Because there's shorts above that that are going to have to cover, etc. So, and another thing that I notice to spot this compression is that price is just staying up here. It stops coming all the way back down to 30.50. It's basically done. It's basically done coming all the way down to the bottom of the range. It's staying more towards the top, which is telling me this this thing is going to bust that way. So really I should be adding in, or I could put a limit order to buy as soon as it breaks 40.20 or something like that. Just because if that's what I'm convicted on, that's probably, it would work well if it does what I think it's going to do here. So right here, let's see. So there was a big order at 40. And then I thought there was a big highlighted order right around 40.10 here on the ask. That gives it one last little compression. Well, maybe not, but that was pretty much it. And then you can see 40.50, there's some big asks. Hits it with some big block orders, and then it still keeps going after that. So there was my little consolidation limit order, make some cash in between there, and then the breakout. Oh yeah, okay, so I did add in. I added in right at 40.20 when I saw some volume kick in. And then price does come back down and retest this 40.20 and it holds, which kind of confirms the consolidation even more. You can see price goes up and then comes back down and holds it right there and then keeps going. So